A great article. I enjoyed reading it. I want to share it with you. It says gig drivers are not independent. I could add so much info to this, why gig drivers are not independent. I believe too many drivers have been brainwashed and told they are independent, but they're not true independent contractors. Now, before I go there, brief shout out to my sponsor, Cover, Kover. Follow the link below. You get 1 month free. It's a gig protection plan for all the gig companies. You have your auto insurance, you have your health insurance. This gig protection plan protects you when things go wrong. You should have it. Now, back to the article. When I worked for the ride sharing company Sidecar, this is this person who writes it, the journalist, Uber and Lyft were in their infancy. I joined Sidecar because they treated their drivers with more respect and gave them more control. We had a destination filter to only pick up riders going to a certain destination area. Let's just stop there for a second. In California, they allowed that to briefly comply legally with AB5. All other 49 states, Uber and Lyft still don't have that. You can't, you can't control that destination filter, right? We had pickup filters so drivers could choose how far they wanted to drive for a potential pickup right in the beginning. And most importantly, we had price multipliers so drivers could set their own prices based on the default fare. This, my friends, is 10 years ago what Sidecar brought out, right? Uber and Lyft found a way to drive Sidecar out of business by subsidizing, discounting, and discounting. Strangely enough, what they drove out of business, they bringing back in 2020, but only temporarily, because once they have their yes on 22, those features are gone, California. So you enjoy them while you can. So if these were all true in the Uber and Lyft model, classifying them as independent contractors would make more sense, especially because they can set their own prices. However, because Uber and Lyft could set stable low prices by misclassifying workers and subsidizing these prices with loads of funding, Sidecar was unable to compete. Yep, that's what I just said. With the passing of AB5 in California, Uber has begun to experiment with allowing drivers to set their own fare and other features that should have existed years ago. But to make sure this progress continues, we need to vote no on Proposition 22. I agree with him. With drivers having more control over the prices, there will be a much different dynamic in the market between riders and drivers, and this may reduce the number of drivers on the road. Something to note about the future of ride-hail apps is that there must be fewer drivers. Right now, the system is able to somewhat sustain many more drivers and provide them with less money. If more drivers are paid a living wage, there will be less money available, resulting in fewer drivers. In my opinion, this is a good thing. There will be some growing pains as some drivers find other work, but for the drivers who stay, it can turn into a better job. It's like a class action lawsuit where everyone gets $10. To make a positive, lasting impact on people's lives, drivers need a living wage. Thank you for the great article. The link is below.